Well, Black and White Network, we're going to be talking about Washington, D.C. Now, Washington, D.C. is one of the most left-leaning cities in America. I mean, Washington, D.C., man, that metro area, man, is so left, man, that Democrats really want to make the nation's capital the 51st state because it actually helps them electorally. But also, Washington, D.C. is a dumpster fire, man. I mean, crime is out of control. We've seen politicians get carjacked over there in Washington, D.C. D.C. is a place I would actually like to visit, but in reality, I truly don't want to visit it. I would actually like to see, where the Constitution is, things like that. But I'll be really, really worried about my safety. But imagine this, guys. Imagine this. Crime. The people out there in Washington, D.C., they keep voting to the left. What if this actually happens, guys? What if Donald Trump's name was cemented in Washington, D.C., literally? There would probably be more outraged about that than the actual crime in that city. And folks, maybe, just maybe, this Donald Trump thing probably will be a reality really, really soon. Now, Dulles Airport is actually the major airport out there in Washington, D.C. There is now a proposal from the House Republicans, to actually rename Dulles Airport to Trump International Airport. Boy, if this happens, man, I'm pretty sure the left would lose their minds. They really, really would. Now, I don't foresee this actually happening this year. I mean, of course, the Republicans actually have a slim majority in the House. But when it comes to the Senate, the Democrats are in charge. And of course, Beijing Biden is in the White House. No way in hell he's actually going to sign that into law. No way. So it's not going to happen right now. But what if the House Republicans actually expand their lead in the House? Donald Trump actually gets back into the White House. And it definitely does look like the Republicans are on track to actually take over the Senate again. If all three of those things happens, it's possible, man, that Dulles Airport could actually be renamed to Trump International Airport. Let's talk about it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Remember, live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're watching on Rumble, click the join button, get access to the same thing. We appreciate the support. So here we go. Check this out. DC's Dulles Airport could be renamed for Donald Trump under GOP proposed bill. Now, like I said, I don't foresee this actually happening right now. Now, you guys know I actually live in Harris County, out here outside of Houston. Now, one of the two major airports out here is actually Bush Intercontinental Airport, which is actually named after George H.W. Bush. Now, when it was actually named George H.W. Bush, I do believe, can't remember exactly when they actually named it that, but Harris County, man, Houston used to be a red county up until Barack Obama. Then Harris County flipped. They started voting more left, even though Houston doesn't vote left the way that other major cities actually do. Okay, like I said, Harris County, I mean, the city of Houston has 2.3 million people. Harris County actually has, I don't know how many people, 4 or 5 million people, and it was voting red. Very, very unusual for a major city to actually vote that way, even though it's flipped like the last 15 years. But anyway, of course, George H.W. Bush lived in Houston too. He's from Houston, even though he's actually from up north, but he spent most of his life out here in Houston up until the time he actually died in 2018. But right here, it says a group of GOP House of Representatives is pushing to rename Washington Dulles International Airport. the Washington, D.C. area's primary international airport to the Trump International Airport. House GOP Chief Deputy Whip Guy Raschenthaler, if I'm pronouncing his name correct, introduced the bill on Friday, along with co-sponsoring reps, and this just jumped on me, reps Michael Waltz, Angie Olis, Chuck Fleischman, Paul Gosar, Barry Moore, and Troy Nehls, according to Fox News. Quote, "In my lifetime, our nation has never been greater than under the leadership of President Donald J. Trump." I agree with that. Reichenthaler told the outlet. As millions of domestic and international travelers fly through the airport, there is no better symbol of freedom, prosperity, and strength than hearing, quote, "Welcome to Trump International Airport," as they land on American soil. If passed, the Washington Dulles International Airport in Virginia shall, after the date of the enactment of this act, be known and designated as Donald J. Trump International Airport, the bill states. Any reference in any law, regulation, map, document, paper, or other record of the United States to the airport referred to in subsection A shall be considered to be a reference to the Donald J. Trump International Airport. Boy, I would really like to see this happen, man. I mean, just the reaction, man, to the left, because the DC people, they fly to the districts or whatever, and I'm pretty sure, they're flying into Donald J. Trump International Airport. I mean, that would be glorious, man. That would be glorious if that actually does happen. I mean, this is a major airport. It says it services roughly 25 million passengers per year. Imagine that, man. Imagine the meltdown that would happen by them seeing Donald Trump's name on that airport. That would be amazing, man. Now, believe it or not, they only said that one other Republican president actually has a airport named after him. Well, actually, let's see here. What does it say here to be exact here? Because, like I said, I just mentioned that George H.W. Bush, the airport out here in Houston, is actually named after him. But it does mention here, while the bill has little chance of being taken up by the Democrat-controlled Senate, the airport it passed would be the second in the area. Okay, the area named after a Republican commander-in-chief. Yeah, that's because, like I said, Washington, D.C. is a super Democrat city. So they definitely want that to remain that way if you're a Democrat, man. That's why they want it to be a state, even though Washington, D.C. was never meant to be a state. I mean, that area right there was strictly for the federal government, man. And Washington, D.C. is so different that Congress can actually enact policies for the city. Of course, Washington, D.C. has their own mayor and stuff like that. But pretty much the federal government really has more control over that city than the local government. So, but that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.